fun and exciting trucking vlog here. First of all, as you can see, I got a haircut. Anyways, so this should actually be a somewhat interesting video, mainly because it's well, I've been to one of the places, but all the other places are I've never filmed or never been to, so that should be interesting. And also it is a multi-stop trip, so the stress will be nice and fun. So first of all, I am here at, I think it's Geodis. Does that sound right? It's Candy. I actually picked up a preloaded trailer here before a couple weeks ago, and I also dropped off several empty trailers here. It seems that it's some sort of either new account or new something, because out of all the times I've been here, I've never been here. Out of my entire trucking experience here, I've never been to this specific location, and it's here in Bolingbrook, just right by the way station on 55. So I guess it's something new, because I figured, with how long I've been here, going in and out of Chicago, I would have probably stumped here. So anyways, interesting. The unfortunate thing is here they use those large metal deadbolts to put on the trailer, and I do not have a wire cut, a grinder, so yeah, that's going to be a fun issue to deal with. But my first stop is actually going to be the Target distribution center in Indianapolis, and that place is really nice because when you go there, you drop off your trailer, you bobtail to a parking spot, and then the yard dog moves it to the door and does all that, so I don't have to worry about cutting it, which is great. And if they give me extra ones for my multi-stop, well, that's gonna be a later problem, because my second stop is going to be the Five Below distribution center outside of Indianapolis on the southeast side. Never been there. Never been to a Five Below in general, so that should be interesting. And then my third stop is going to be the Walmart distribution center in Gas City, which is about an hour and a half from southeast Indianapolis on 69. Did that make sense? Probably not. So overall, it won't be, it's going to be a nice localized trip. The Target appointment is for, I believe, 6 in the morning. No. 5 in the morning. Then the Five Below appointment is for like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then Walmart is at like 8 o'clock in the evening. So in theory, we should be good. The biggest issue is going to be how my clock's going to play out, because I'm currently here getting live loaded at the whatever location I'm at, and it was actually supposed to be a preloaded trailer ready this evening at 7, and it's currently 10 o'clock in the morning, and they said, yeah, you brought an empty trailer, just go ahead and back into this door. So ideally I would get a full 10-hour break before going to Target, because it seems like it's going to be a fun mess tomorrow of fiddling with my clock, but I guess we'll see what happens once we get there. Now, the other thing is, my fuel stop is at the Pilot that's right by where they're building 69 and the 465 loop. And I like how my fuel stop, in terms of order of stops on my tablet here, it's first, and then Target, and then Five Below. I'm not going to do it in that order, because Target is on the southwest side, right by 74. Five Below is on the southeast side, on 74, and the pilot is pretty much right in the middle, right by 65, so that's a little inefficient if you ask me. But then again, it depends on how much time I have and where I'm going to attempt to find parking this evening, because I wonder if I said Cincinnati at any point, because I meant to say Indianapolis. But the problem is Indianapolis does not have a lot of parking options, so we're just going to have to see what happens. As for now, I'm going to stop rambling, because this is a super long-ass intro, and eat, because I'm famished. I just got here from another delivery. I've been up since like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm famished as I've not eaten anything. Isn't that like a common trend in these videos? I'm always complaining about being hungry, and then we realize that I've been up for 6-12 hours and haven't had a single bite to eat. So it's currently just before 5 o'clock, and still didn't get loaded, which isn't a huge deal. Was able to catch up on some sleep. Probably will eat again. I was looking for the, what was that, fire truck or ambulance? I don't know if you heard it. But anyways, so just about to finish up the 7-hour portion of a split break. The only thing that successfully happened was the light turned red. So no, but what was also funny is the like the main dude in charge of Burns Harbor called me up, and it's the first time he spoke to me on the phone, I believe, but I have met him in person a few times at the terminal. Had a few brief conversations. Nice guy, whatever. But it was funny because, you know, he called me up and he was like, I don't know if your dispatcher called you or anything, but, you know, this is a extremely high priority load. Don't know if you know what's going on. I'm like, okay, of course, here we go again. So apparently it's some sort of Christmas candies, which is interesting because during last season I did a couple of the whatever it was, the ones that came out of Wisconsin, the Swiss Colony, yeah. So I don't know if they still have an account with them, or if this is some new account for this season, or if it's, I don't know. It seems a little complicated to me at this moment. I have not decided to put any mental effort into figuring out this one. I guess I probably should, in the sense that if this is going to be a recurring trip, I need to go ahead and get myself a battery-powered grinder. But that's a problem for a different day. But anyways, yeah, so he was asking me, and I was telling him about some trip planning that I did. To be honest, I didn't do a ton of trip planning for this, because I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I guess it's not gonna be that bad. What am I looking at? Well, I guess I should go ahead and do a quick trip plan. So I am loaded up. First of all, let's take a quick glance at the paperwork. Target is getting 14,000 pounds. Five Below is getting 8,000 pounds, and Walmart is getting 2 purchase orders, one at 2,500, the other at 4,000. So not too bad of a thing here. I don't know. I guess I'll have to look up what these actually are. But anyways, so all in all, not too bad. They loaded me up right as my 8-hour was finishing up. I've been doing a little bit of work right now, just getting organized with some other projects. I've got about an hour and 15 minutes left on my 10-hour, but I was looking this over and thinking about it, and I think my best case scenario is going to be extend my 10-hour break until midnight, drive straight here to Target. So that's going to be 4-hour drive plus 1 hour. So that'll get me there at about 5 in the morning, which is going to be an hour early for my appointment, since my appointment is at 6. And then really just have to play it by ear from what happens there. We have a few options of what could potentially happen. We could have, they are quick enough to where I don't exceed my 2-hour break, hopefully. Honestly, that would be better, because then I can go to, let's see, that would be 8 o'clock. By the time I fuel and drive over to Five Below, that'll be around 9:30. Appointment's at 10 anyways, so that should get me there. Still got my clock running. Oh, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense now, does it? 10. Okay, then never mind. I just realized I messed up, because it would be noon. I can't. 10 midnight. 10 in the morning, so that's 10 hours. Oh, okay, yeah, that would work. So after I finish at Five Below, drive over to Gas City, and by that time it should be around whatever time it is. Or I could just take a break. Apparently there's parking at Five Below, but that doesn't seem right because the reviews are mixed, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. But in theory, I should make it to Gas City or wherever by noonish, so then I can take my first part of the split break, and then I'm just gonna have to PC out of Walmart. So I think that made sense. Alright, it is currently just after midnight. Just finished up my pre-trip, so it is time for me to go. The enthusiasm level is here we go again with the bullshit. Let's start our day precisely at midnight. I don't know if I need a Red Bull or not. I don't want a Red Bull, because I want to start this reliance and dependence of always needing a Red Bull just to do it. But if I'm going to be stuck doing midnight again, there's not much else I can do about it now, is there? Alright, we are scaled, good to go. I guess I could have slid my tandem's pretty far back, just barely Illinois legal. I think technically it still is legal, but just barely. I don't know. But then again, there's a whole discrepancy on where do you measure it from? Do you measure it from the center between both axles, or the center of the first axle, or just, whatever. So, anyways, whatever. Made a little pit stop here at the TA, just by the 865 split. Just had to kill a few minutes just to make sure I don't get there before 5, just in case of blah blah blah. Who cares? It's gonna be a mess, whatever. The camera does not do it justice, but I've been having some nice fog during pretty much my entire trip down 65. Really? Are we? There we go. Yeah, there's some pretty rough areas there where it was just like, I had to slow down, put on the flashers, etc. But pretty much the entire time I had to use my wipers. If that tells you how thick and dense the fog was. On the bright side, I've got a clean windshield now. Successfully checked in here halfway. Apparently the actual shipping office doesn't open until 6. So that is good to know for future reference. So I guess I get to eat something, try to make sure I don't fall asleep within the next 39 minutes. Now I guess I can kill that time cooking some bacon or something. I do wish I knew this before I got here, that I could have saved myself about 40 minutes on the clock, so not ideal. But at this point in time, we're just gonna have to play everything by ear. The other thing that we have to look forward to is the fact that, you know, this is Target, and I've heard, you know, I've been here a few times already, and it does take a while. Now this is a smaller load, only 27 pallets, so it might be fast, but then again, whatever. They gotta get the paperwork, then they gotta radio the yard dog to move it somewhere, then they gotta get organized wherever the door it is, then they gotta unload it and sort it and count it and everything else, and then they gotta radio the yard dog, and then he's gotta move the trailer, and then they gotta call me. So this is by far an extremely inefficient, slow method. Oh well, you know, if I'm shit, I don't know. I guess I should already expect to be late to Five Below. I mean, I got here an hour early. Out of my control. Still can't wait to figure out how effed in the bee I'm gonna be regarding my clock later today. Can't wait. Oh well, at least I shall enjoy the time I have now before it gets even more stressful. Alright, it is 6:05. Let's take bets on whether or not they're actually there. Now, there is a yard dog who just started moving about, so that is a good sign. The other sign is the guy who came in front of me, this guy right here. He's got his whole curtains drawn and everything, and I didn't see him walk by since I had mine open and everything, so guess I'll walk over there and look like a big old schleb standing there next to the door since it's probably still locked. So finally got my paperwork. I see them over across the way putting the trailer out of the door, so it is good. That took a nice solid 3 hours. So, well, I'm sorry, that only took 2.5 hours. But 3 hours. Wait. 2.5 hours. Brain stopped working. It's currently 8:30 in the morning, so it took them 2.5 hours since they actually got stuff. So I guess not the worst, but then again, you know, if I didn't get here so early, there wouldn't be an issue. Also, I like how it is a temperature-controlled trailer that still has other stuff on it, and they leave the doors open while it's over here sitting. Granted, it's, you know, I'm literally getting to it right as I dropped it, but I don't give a damn. So I know I'm not going to catch a break or anything today, which is fine. You know, that's just how it fucking goes, but look at what they did. They ripped the damn hinge on this brand new 2024 trailer. Fuck. So I was going through the video and everything, and I don't have any pictures of the rear end of the trailer, so I don't have any proof that it wasn't like that when I got it earlier. but I feel like I would have noticed it. But then again, I've had issues with that door the entire time I've been using it the past few days, so that is going to be a later problem, as I'm barely just going to have enough time to get to Five Below while also stopping to get fuel. So what the hell is the point? Made it here to the Five Below, pretty dead with how big of a setup they have here, which is fine by me. A ton of air model containers, but anyways, I got here, I checked into the office at it's like 9:20, maybe 9:25. It was definitely before 9:30, but the lady was like, yeah, you're gonna have to wait until 10 o'clock until the unloaders get back from break. And I'm like, well, it is before 9:30, and according to your fancy little sign, they get back on break at 9:50. And of course, in that short time span, my dispatcher called me to check to see if I was still going to be on time for my Walmart load, which I guess technically I'm going to be on time. Depends on how much use of PC I'm going to be doing. I don't know. I mean, I need to do a 7-hour break, and if the appointment's at, what is it, 8:15, I need to get up there by 1:15, and it's a hour-and-a-half drive, so I need to be out of here by 11:30. It's gonna be tight. 11:30, that only gives up like an hour to unload. Now, so I'm finally in a door. Great, that's a start. And the lady, you know, she said, just come back inside when you get a green light. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, I'll do that. Do you know how long it normally takes to get unloaded here? And she just didn't know what to say. And there was another guy kind of further away at some other desk, and he was like, oh, whenever the light turns green is when it will turn green. I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Thanks, asshole. I just wanted to lose my shit, because like that doesn't help me, and you know, I've got shit to do today. You know, it could take 20 minutes or it could take 3 hours. You know, I'm not gonna sit here in my seat just staring at the light all day going like hurdy-hurdy. As you can see, it's pretty wide open. Oh, they got to it. Well, that's a start. But yeah, there's a dude. He was parked right in front of my door. Showed up. It was actually that dude right there. But so I turned around. I attempted to do a side back, but because I couldn't see him and angle it correctly, I ended up doing like a blind side offset, as you can kind of see. My tracks right there. What a disaster. So doing a quick reference to my map here, because I was reading some reviews, and apparently the exit to Gas City, exit 259, is closed, the ramps. So I'll see what is going on, but if it's pretty obvious that it is closed, I will take exit 255 to 26 and go up. What is that? Is that 26? Well, that's 26 that way. I think 22. What? Can we chill with the banging around shit? And then get to my exit. Or the other option is to go up to 264 and backtrack down. Shit, what is that? Doesn't say. Oh, whatever. So, okay, so it's 5 miles, and then 2 miles, or 5 and 2, plus 2, yeah, so we'll be okay anyways. just hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of warning before, so I don't have to go north and then back down south. Okay, alright, fine. I'll give them a little bit of credit. That took about half an hour, so what was it, like 16, 18 pallets or something? Under 20, I remember that. So, okay, fine. So, 10:45, got an hour and a half according to the GPS. 11:45, 12, let's just say 12:30, plus 7:30, appointments for 8:15. We'll be fine. As long as I don't hit any sort of issues. But we all know how that goes, right? What a joke. Successfully made it here to the Marathon gas station. Plenty of parking spots. There's parking there at the Taco Bell, at the I can't read what that is, but M something, M&M fuel stop or something. And there's also parking across the highway at the Burger King, so plenty of stuff. Looks like all the police are coming in for some Taco Bell. Good for them. Made it here with plenty of time, which means I'll be able to get up at around 7:30 this evening, go just literally a mile down the road and get my delivery. Everything should be okay, and looking at my clock, unless they take a bajillion years to do something, I should be fine to exit there and go find some parking somewhere else. I did already get my next trip planned for tomorrow morning. It's outside of Cincinnati, so we'll see how that plays out. I'll probably record that one, but we'll save that for later. So overall, not too bad. A little stressful moments here and there, to say the least, but we are good. It is now time for me to, I guess, take a nap. I don't feel terrible though, so I'll say that at least, considering the fact that I got up at midnight Central Time, though I did sleep for like an hour at the Target, so. Just a little after 7. I'm gonna do a quick walk around before I head on over there. It's not that I don't necessarily trust a place like this or it's bothering. It's just, you know, the smaller places, you've got a little less activity, so in a certain sense that is better, but in the other sense it's worse. So, you know, it is what it is. Not to say I'm worried, but it's just how it goes. Man, that's just frustrating. This little cornfield. Yep, nothing to note here. Successfully made it to a door here. I gotta say, that was exercise and some bullshit. Man. So, you know, standard check-in procedure at the guard shack. This was actually considered a dry load, which isn't surprising because it's candy. Who gives an F if it melts, right? Now, but you know, that was fine. I get to the door, and it was a straight back. So after I straightened out, I got my trailer ass-end here in this driveway, or pathway, or road, whatever. And my truck decides, you don't have transmission right now. I'm like, shit, this is not good. So, yeah, I was stuck in manual mode, and I tried to switch everything around, and it wouldn't do a damn thing. I had to switch it off and let it sit for a few minutes, and then it finally kicked back into automatic mode, or whatever they call it, the semi, or I don't know what it's called, but it's like, that's nice. And then, but then of course, you know, the standard back in, slide your tandems, open your doors, fill out paperwork, unhook from your trailer, chalk your tire. But most interestingly is at this location specifically, they require you to take a photo of your chalked trailer tire, which I found interesting. So, oh well, it is what it is. And this place is busy. Like, I've been to quite a few Walmarts at this point in time, but this one is definitely by far the most popping, in my opinion. So, now it's time to sit here for anywhere 45 minutes to 5 hours. We don't know how long it'll be. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. That was just about 2 hours, so I'll take it. Didn't stop my clock, so now it is time for me to get on with my next trip. Hopefully this video was somewhat entertaining, watching me struggle. It didn't, I'll admit, this entire trip didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would, so I guess I can't complain too much, but it was definitely a little stressful there at the beginning, I'll admit. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Also, my arm is up because it's blocking this light, so I'll see y'all later.